Hey everyone, it's Teddy, aka JamesKisau on MTGO, and we're playing a very different kind of Grixis deck today on the channel. This comes from a donor who wished to remain anonymous, but we're going to play Grixis Sneak and Show. Now, Sneak and Show, typically a blue-red deck, sometimes blue, red, and green teamer for Veil, Summer, and stuff like that, and sometimes it's not red at all, but usually call that deck Omnitel or just like Show and Tell combo. And those decks are heavier on cards like, yeah, Carpet of Flowers, Omniscience. But today we're going very creature centric. If you haven't heard of Show and Tell or Sneak and Show, sorry, it's a classic Legacy combo deck. One of the most classic, one of the first decks I became aware of in Legacy, and it uses these two cards, Show and Tell and Sneak Attack, to get huge monstrosities. Here we got the monster squad over here of Atraxa and Emrakul and Archon of Cruelty for those special scenarios where you need it, way before they should be out. And some of these have devastating ETBs like Atraxa and Archon. We've been very familiar with these thanks to the rise of Riscaminator in Legacy. And also some of them have devastating attack triggers like Emrakul the Aeon's Torn. We're not playing Omniscience in this list, so we're never going to get Emrakul's cast trigger. I mean, unless something really crazy happens. Yeah. Why Grixis? I'm not really sure. I mean, we do get Thoughtseize. That part is really freaking cool. Being able to check your opponent's hand for any kind of interaction to stop you from going off is a combo deck's dream. So that part is really cool. And we actually probably need another Underground Sea. If this gets wastelanded, I mean, we do have Lotus Petals, which can help cast Thoughtseize. But yeah, that could be a problem, I think. But yeah, that's the general gist of the deck. Using Ancient Tomb of Traders, you get cards like Show and Tell and Sneak Attack out ahead of schedule, and then you just go crazy. Also, augmenting the strategy from recent printings is Stock Up from Aether Drift. I've played this in Grixis Control in the main series on the channel quite often, and it really does feel like dig through time a lot of the time. 5 cards is a lot. That is a 12th of most people's decks. What am I going to cut, though? Let's just cut the Mistrized Village. Let's not go too crazy. Hold on. Why is this illegal? We'll figure out that later. Over in the sideboard. Oh, excuse me. Got moved to the sideboard. Yeah, over in the sideboard is where I feel like the black splash really gets to shine a little bit more. We have Duress for when you need a 4th discard spell. Snuff Out, which is a free creature removal spell, which is super strong. Extirpate, very similar to Surgical Extraction, except this one has Split Second, the most powerful ability in Magic, or one of the most powerful. It basically means people can't respond, even with abilities. Like, people have tried to activate Caracas in response to the Split Second. It doesn't work. It can't respond. And then Fatal Push for other small things that might be impacting our ability to win a little too quickly. Then the rest of the sideboard is pretty standard Sneak and Show stuff. We got Red Blast for blue decks, Fairy Macabre for graveyard decks, Disruptor Flute for, I guess, pretty much any deck, Defense Grid for decks that want to interact on your turn, and then Consign to Memory has just been a sideboard all-star recently just because it fights a lot of different decks a lot of different ways. Cool. Yeah, let's get in there. If you'd like to submit your own donation list, check out the Patreon. If you'd like to support me, also check out the Patreon, but liking, commenting, and subscribing also goes a long way. I haven't really played Sneak and Show ever in my life before, so we'll see how this goes. I might not have the right mind for it, but I'm excited to play. All right, let's go. Wow, we've already won a die roll, and people should be afraid of me. This does not look like a keep to me. I'm not very experienced, but 3 Bs to 1 A. No blue mana. Give me a break. Okay, I think this is better. It's turn 2 Show and Tell. Protected by Force of Will. If I just can ponder into one of my monsters from the monster squad. Seems good. I think I even get basic island here, so I don't get wastelanded off this plan. Shuffle. Dude. The monster squad needs to represent a little better than this. Eldrazi Temple. We should be able to just, like, smoke this, right? Like, what's the point in playing Sneak and Show if you can't smoke Eldrazi? Shuffle. There we go. Show and tell. Yeah. I'll probably take Force. And then unless they can get a Devourer of Destiny real quick, we should be in pretty good shape. I think of all the monsters, though, I'm probably least excited about Archon in this position. Emrakul would have been hilarious. Oh, there's Emrakul. It'd be like Eldrazi versus Eldrazi. Great. That is awesome. Let's do it again. Consign can come in. Probably Snuff Out too. It could get into a weird race. A Braid might be acceptable. Fatal Push seems acceptable. Probably don't need these Thought Seizes. Or I'll maybe trim a couple. I don't know how Eldrazi really fights Sneak and Show. Can lose a stock up. It's going to be really less about grinding and more about going off on turn 1, hopefully. Probably 2 or 3, but hopefully turn 1. Force of Will is even kind of on the line. Now we can trim days. Deck always seems to have some extra mana. They might try to Chalice me, which is one of the reasons why I brought in a Braid. They are keeping 7. This has acceleration. Sneak attack takes a little longer to get off the ground. How much faith do I want to put in Ponder? I'm gonna mulligan. As far as I can see, there are no lands. Oh man. Alright, keep this. Bottom, probably Fatal Push and Ponder. See what we can do. But this is a tough one. I want a Thought Seize and be able to take a Thought Knot Seer. Line Breaker. So they're coming out hot. Oh shit. Sorry everyone. That was clearly something I should have cited out. Until it counters that Kozilek's command, and everyone lauds me instead. Take the other Line Breaker. We don't have much time to figure this out. Except, you know, they're pretty incentivized to main phase that Kozilek's command, but I hope they don't. Okay, that's perfect. Kind of. It's kind of bad, actually. Yeah, it's bad. Never mind. I was kind of counting on Ponder to be able to get me out of this. Could draw Snuff Out. Pedal. Alright. Sometimes one good top deck is really all you need. I also need them to go all in on this Kozilek's command, otherwise it won't work. They can just pay for it. The original copy of Flusterstorm will be countered by Chalice, and then the Storm copy will still resolve, but they might have mana beyond that. Alright, a little help here. Sheet. I guess technically I got one more turn. They don't even need to go all in for this to be lethal. You're not going to use your Lotus Petal? Yeah, that's fine. Or I should have flustered so they would think I'd keep it in. There's no way I'm keeping it in. Okay, so we had to mull to 5 and couldn't combo. I don't know, like, what do you want me to do? Maybe I should have went to 4. I just have to send it. You gotta send it. What's the point in taking... yeah, I'll bring a Daze. Okay. Dazing Thought Not Seer. Could be nice. Again with the bad hand. What's mulligan? Man, this hand's not good either. I'm going to 5. I mean, this has the combo. I just need to find... I can't force from this hand. Wait, so does that mean I should keep the Abrade? I don't think so. I think that's good. Alright. Looking for Ancient Tomb, City of Traders. That's 5 hits with this Ponder. It's not bad. It's really not bad. Okay, shuffle that. Damn it. Unlucky or bad? I can't really tell. You have Ancient Tomb? This is bullshit. I don't care about that so much. Come on, give it to me. Off the top. Ah, Jesus. What is with this deck? Wasteland? Piece of shit. Wow. This Cavernous Souls gives me an excuse to F6. Should have gotten the island, like in game 1. I don't know why I thought they didn't have Wasteland. Of course they have Wasteland. Daze. I think if they add anything else to the board, we're done. I'm at least 2 turns out from comboing. Thought Not Seer. Alright. Well, that was disappointing. I feel like game 1 is how this should go. And then game 2, hand 3 I mulled to 5. Yeah, I don't know if we can call that a very accurate representation of the matchup, but let's try again for round 2. Welcome back for round number 2. We've won the die roll. This seems like among, or like in the realm of hands you should be able to keep, right? Opponent takes a mulligan. Alright. We will certainly be playing around Wasteland. And then we'll ponder. I think I'm fine with this spread here. I do kind of want to shuffle before I brainstorm, though, because I know there's another Ancient Tomb coming up. Maybe that's okay. I don't know. They have a Tundra. Nomad's Encore. Well, this certainly got interesting. New plan. Force of Will, back it up with Flusterstorm so I don't die. Oh, I forgot to mention this in the deck tech. I'm playing Flooded Strand over Polluted Delta to make those Thought Seize more of a surprise. I feel like it's more on people's radar when you see Polluted Delta. Okay, so Force doesn't even matter anymore. Think we ought to go for it. Yeah, we'll Surveil here. Ponder. Bin that. Brainstorm. Cool. Might be too slow, but we'll see. Play Sneak Attack. Force of will. I'll force back. Pitch fluster. Pass the turn. Oh man. Dang it. Alright, so it's a Nadu version. That's not really surprising. Extirpate, pretty nice against Cephalid Breakfast since you can extirpate the Oracle and they can't even Memory's Journey in response because split second. So busted. I don't even see the Journey yet though. It could be in their hand. Oh, Voice of Victory. It's gonna be ships passing in the night here. They're the Sagas. I was wondering about that. Voice of Victory instead of Teferi. There's Memory's Journey. Comes down a turn earlier, but also not soft a Red Blast and stuff, but I don't know. Teferi's pretty strong. Curious to see how it goes. And they're playing 5 Nadus. Okay. I like Snuff Out, Extirpate, Fatal Push. I guess I'll take a Macabre, and then the defense grids are good. And then the Red Blasts. Wait. What am I supposed to side out? I'm on the play. I shouldn't be wanting to interact that hard. On second thought. Maybe it's just stock up that gets trimmed. I want to go as fast as I possibly can. Yeah, we'll just keep 1 stock up. And then emphasize Show and Tell over Sneak Attack, I think. And then a smattering of interaction like Push and Fairy Macabre should be enough. It's weird to like quantify the power level difference. You could argue what I'm doing is more powerful from like a card advantage standpoint. Actually, not even actually true, because Nadu can draw like at minimum 4 cards a turn alongside Nomads. I mean, Emrakul's pretty powerful, don't you think? Another reason to side out 1 Sneak Attack, definitely over Show and Tell, is because of like Blue Blast. Probably a Blue Blast. Ah, man. These hands, they've been bad. Seems fine. Get rid of one of the Show and Tells, I think. Yeah. Alright, we're going to do one of those terrible end-of-turn brainstorms. Leading on Saga. It's interesting. They didn't play Shuko, which would have been my biggest fear there. Cast Brainstorm. I'm going to be casting Defense Grid next turn, so put Tomb back. Redraw Push. And then cast Defense Grid. With any luck, I'll top deck a monster. Classic force check here. Okay. We'll see if they have another one. Haywire Might. Another reason why can't always rely on Sneak Attack. Okay. Brainstorm. Not much doing here. Put back Forest and City, I guess. And then we'll Thoughtseize them. They'll force again. I mean, if they have an Illusionist in hand, maybe the 1 mana I held up will deter them enough. We'll see. Spinning Nomads. That's very interesting. Shuko. Tundra, 2 cards left. Alright, if they go for it. They're going for it so far. They might have like a Daze in hand that is emboldening them anyways, so might be out of luck here. I would ask if I'm like not mulliganing aggressively enough, but I think I've mulled a 5 pretty steadily. So I don't know if I'm looking at bad hands or what, or if adding a 3rd color has just completely ruined the deck's balance. I find that kind of hard to believe to this degree. Yeah, I think they're going to go all the way here. They have Memory's Journey backup plan if it fails, so it's not even that crazy. They might maybe have like a Martin Narcomoeba in hand. I haven't seen one of those yet. Finally saw the first one. They have 8 cards left in library. I think they're going to go all the way here. Damn. Did they really go down to 1 Narcomoeba? I mean, they can't stop now. They have no cards in library. Alright. Tough. Okay, here we go for round 3. Yeah, is it just me, or has these hands just been terrible? These hands have been terrible, right? Ay, ay, ay. We'll try this. I think having 2 Dazes... I mean, I'm probably going to use this Lotus Petal to cast a stock up, which is not great. So from a card advantage standpoint, probably want to lose this Force of Will. I could also top deck like a soul land, though, and that would be pretty nice. Do what I said I'd do. Send it back. Ponder. No shuffle. Okay. Let's see what we have to find. Yep, that's part of the equation, so I'll keep it. And here we go. Time to stock up. I'll daze your days. Alright, take Emrakul Lotus Petal, I guess. And then really hope to hit a soul land, I guess. Seems about right. I'll play this Lotus Petal out. It's not like they really have that many permanents to annihilate. Maybe I should have dazed that, but I kind of want to get up to the right amount of mana here. Yeah, let's stock up again. I feel like I'm moving backwards. Or at least laterally. Not forward. Okay, take probably what? City backup sneak attack? I think they'll have trouble interacting with it once it makes it in, but they're probably holding a force over there. Just don't want to get wastelanded. Brainstorm. That's not a wasteland. Activating Delta. Ponder. So they're tapped out. That turns on my daze. That part's good. They shuffle. That part's also good. I feel like I might be able to get a sneak attack through here. So that means if I top deck Spirit Guide or Petal, we might put them to 4. Still not a win. That's so funny. Mountain. Alright, sneak attack. Daze? Come on. I'll daze you. Alright, to the surprise of no one, they Force of Will. They pitched Force. We're not under immense pressure, but we are under pressure. Wasteland would be bad. Delta, so we know they have that basic island in hand. And they're probably going to play Murktide Regent here. Maybe. It will be an 8/8. So we'll either stabilize at 3 or we'll lose to Lightning Bolt. Or, just like last turn, if I top deck Petal or Spirit Guide, we might be able to send this turn. Or no, excuse me. I would not be stabilizing at 3. I'd be stabilizing at 2. Damn. Well, I hope this works. They have 2 unknowns. Great. Please don't have Lightning Bolt. Maybe if I just waited. If I just waited and then played around Daze. Oh wait, no, they had Force of Will. And they could have just dazed anyways to buy a turn. Nothing really makes sense. Alright, great. Boy, oh boy. This has been really bad. Snuff out. Defense grid almost feels too slow. And I guess it would be something for... No, it would be something for on the play. But yeah, it just doesn't feel good enough. I don't know. Side out, stock up. And yeah, maybe Fatal Push on the draw. On the play, I just... doesn't seem that great. Ancient Tomb is also a bit of an ask here, since the deck is so aggressive. And I also was citing out some stock ups because of Red Blast. They'll definitely bring those in. Yeah, I think I'm fine with just 2 of my own, though. Being that it's not a combo card so much, it might protect our combo. I feel like I'm just ready to see a good 7. I feel like we're owed a good 7. Just something, you know? I feel like the last time I kept a hand like this, it was not good, but it's a turn 1 show and tell with Force back up. All I need to do is ponder into a monster. It doesn't seem impossible. And it shouldn't be impossible, in fact. It should be possible. Alright, so here we go. Get basic island. Ponder. Show me the monster. There it is. I can even play around Daze with this Petal. I have to draw a land, which is not good. But if they're like surgical or something weird before that, yeah, I'll just make sure to take that Emrakul into my hand. Sure. You'll need 14 more power and toughness to tangle with this baby. Show and tell. Daze. I will pay. Alright. Let's see what they do about it. Brainstorm. Do I force that? Probably not. If they can somehow deal with this Emrakul, I guess I'll want half of my combo already set up here with show and tell. Hopefully piece it together in time. I feel like they actively do not want Delirium here. Bobble. Binning Delver. Okay, now they have Delirium. They're looking at the land on top of my deck. So I'll make sure to play that one. Ponder. What are their outs here? It's not wipe away or any bounce effect. Those don't work on Emrakul. I think they just want to prevent this part of the game from happening. There's no edicts in this color. It'd have to be something really weird. Now that I'm on the draw, I feel like I can trim days, bring in Fatal Push, and then I'll take the third Red Blast. Definitely make sure I'm keeping their threats at bay. And if not their threats, maybe their counter magic or even a brainstorm in the right spot, I think is red blastable. Well, hard to say no to that. Turn 2 show and tell. Maybe I should not send until I have backup though. So maybe I Thundering Falls on 1. Maybe snuff out their creature. Backup Atraxa. Okay, we don't need 3. But that will probably be suspicious to them. End of turn Brainstorm. Good for moving stuff around. Getting a basic island is very interesting to me. I guess a lot of these decks have a Blood Moon side plan, so I guess it makes some sense. Okay. Let's not send into this open mana. Seems like a bad idea. They might have Consign. That would make sense, because they're really tanking about this Lotus Petal. Not usually a card people tank over. So they fetch. Wasteland. First one of those to show up. I'll make a blue. Because I do want to brainstorm. Now we have force backup. Wonder if that's anywhere near good enough. Probably if I'm beating days. We could also just send another show and tell the next turn. So yeah, I think we don't need snuff out. Yeah. Okay. And we'll shuffle and just hope to spike any old blue card off the top. All right, here we go. Days. I will pay. Force of Will. Force you back. We got there. Put in Atraxa. They put in Murktide Regent. Alright, so Sneak Attack is definitely our enchantment, and Emrakul is definitely our creature. We did not hit an instant. That's hilarious. So I guess we'll just take Underground Sea and Thoughtseize. Pretty bad. It's pretty bad. Alright. They can Red Blast this Atraxa. Probably don't want to petty theft it. But we might also see that happen. Ponder. Shuffle. We got there. Alright, now we're 1 and 2. Fighting back in for that positive record. The hands felt a lot better that time. Welcome back for round 4. I think despite having the whole combo in a Thoughtseize, there's no way to get more mana. I'm gonna mulligan. Yeah, it seems a lot better. I don't want to bottom anything. I guess I'll bottom Brainstorm. Just go for a turn 2 Emrakul. Hopefully they're 8 cast. Just play out a bunch of stuff. Alright, I'll play that. Cavern on human. Oh, this will be interesting. Yep. So Annihilator 6 will wipe their 3 permanents, and I'll get the initiative. They reveal Forest. So they're playing Groll Initiative. Stock up. I think that'll be important to make further use of this sneak attack. Alright, sneak attack. These were the hands I was dreaming of when the anonymous donor sent me this list. Haha! Holy shit! What's flying towards me? Oh my god! Oh, that rules. Okay. Yeah, it's gonna be on stock up to get some work done. That was cool. If they have something like Witch Enchanter or like, I don't know what these decks play, probably Witch Enchanter most likely, or Cathar Commando, something like that. Loran, I guess. They destroy our sneak attack, we're in bad shape. There's another Solitude in Exile. Happy to see that go. That's 3 Solitudes accounted for. If I didn't gain 15 off that Emrakul, we'd be in terrible shape now. They get to keep the initiative for another turn, thanks to that 1 ring. Brainstorm. I think we stock up first. I think it's just all about getting as deep as possible into the deck. Yeah, about that. Take Ponder, and I guess Island? I don't know. None of the other cards seem very relevant. Crap. No, let's just shuffle. How hard can it be to find a member of the monster squad? I'm very quickly running out of life. Undermountain Adventure. So they're gonna go to the archive. I was about to say I'm gonna daze it. No. Another problem. Even if I Annihilator 6, they have 7 permanents. So yeah. Could really use something good here. Alright, Brainstorm, don't let me down. Brainstorm! Oh, man. That's so funny. You know what I should have done? Well, it wouldn't have mattered. It wouldn't have mattered. Ah, Jesus. Is this like not enough monsters? 8. 8. It seemed like so many, because I feel like I've played against Omnitel, and they have even less, I think. Whatever. I can't believe I've ever lost this deck in my life. This league has been very illuminating. Tell you what, now that I feel like this happens when I play a lot of different decks, actually. It kind of helps demystify it and helps me approach the matchup with more confidence when I'm playing Grixis control. Guess I'll do that. Don't need Fluster. Thoughtseize also seems rather poor. Although I guess it would have been good there to take the frickin' Solitude. I don't know when I would have had time to do that, but it would have been nice. Trim a Force of Will too. Keep the Dazes. Alright, I'm gonna mulligan. Man. Okay, here we go. Ponder, push, go. And then... Oh wait, there's no permanent red source. I mean, I might hit one on the top. That will be the goal. If I hit a cantrip, that's what I'm using this Lotus Petal for. Chalice on 0. Are you kidding me right now? I'm just like messing up all over the place here. I should have played out the petal. Alright. You thought you could get me. I think that messes with them too. They must use artifact mana. Or maybe spirit guides are just way more common for them. I don't know. Maybe I'll top deck Simian Spirit Guide. Plains revealed. So they have a lot of colors. Force of Will. Not great. I need to invest in this. Man, if I just played out that Lotus Petal. It's a learning experience for the next time I play Show and Tell. Which will be never, but it's a learning experience. Bottom. They're frightened. Mountain. Bombardiers. It's a lot of damage. It's crazy how Atraxa has a lifelink. That's crazy. I rather like that about Atraxa when I'm playing it. Okay, so here we go. Put this baby in. Flip 10, please. Come on, dude. I guess I'll take a backup sneak. Ponder. Volcanic Island. Consigned memory. Before I pass priority at any point, I'm playing this Volcanic Island out. Nope. Whatever. I didn't need it anyways. Fuck it, man. Yeah. I guess I'll brainstorm now that the damage is done. Damn, man. Shuffle away Petal and Scalding Tarn. Okay. Can these cantrips do anything? We'll find out. It shouldn't be that hard to win for this deck to win with an active sneak attack. I'm just saying. The monster squad is robust. There's 7 hits. All of them devastating. They'll go to the stash. That shouldn't even really matter. Unless they have some game-ending warrior. I'm not in lethal range for broadside bombardiers. You have a skeleton. Alright, deck, please help me. Stock up. Yeah. Put that ancient tomb to good use. Yep. Thank you. Guess I'll take this fatal push too, right? I already played a land. Not like that chalice is going anywhere. Alright, if this Atraxa cannot find an Emrakul, that would be pretty funny. There we go. Boom, boom. I guess I'll take a Petal, get it out of my deck. Another that. Another Force of Will. How about a Show and Tell for good measure? And a Flooded Strand too. Alright, where's my dude? Well, let's get them, guy. No. I consider myself quite accomplished for getting over the line in that scenario. That was, I think if I had found a way to lose that game, I would be a lot more amenable to thinking that, like, oh, the draws weren't bad. I am just terrible at playing Sneak and Show. I'm gonna go completely off Thoughtseize here. Bring this Force back. I guess I'll take the Abrade. Yeah, I guess I'll take the Daze. It's a blue card. There's some weird binds that I can get them in. That Chalison's 0. I only have 3 cards in my whole deck that it affects. Those 3 Lotus Petals, but it was effective. We'll keep this turn to Atraxa. They have scary stuff they can put in off Show and Tell, but I don't think it'll be scarier than what I'm packing. Ugh. How dare you? I mean, I guess if I really have to consign something, I could use Spirit Guide to do that, but ideally I can just play the Show and Tell on turn 2. That would be the best outcome, I think. Boromir. Okay, this is not as bad as, well, what's it called? Lavinia. I can still cast Show and Tell, despite not having 3 lands. That does not work with Boromir. Okay. Give this a shot. Ooh! It's not good that they have the initiative here. But we'll see if Atraxa can put together a host of cards that can go the distance. I mean, Emrakul, Sneak Attack. I might as well take a Force and a Ponder and an Ancient Tomb. I think I do want the Emrakul over the Atraxa. We go to clean up and I'll just discard Ponder Brainstorm. And I think I do play Sneak Attack next turn. When I send with my Emrakul, I want to be able to defend it from Solitude. They go bottom on their Scry. That's good news. Bombardiers. Getting close to dead here. What are they going to throw? Spirit Guide. No surprises that they're binning that. Can't block either of these. Useless draw. Yeah, I'm just gaining 7. It seems. Yeah. Damn, okay. That really evens the playing field. Grab the mountain. Do I hold up consign? What could go wrong? I could even force and consign Boromir's trigger if that felt really necessary. Because I have a lethal threat in play. Maybe I should just be focusing on defending it. Okay, I'll discard the mountain. Maybe I should discard Ponder. That's 10 damage in combat. They'd have to throw something with 8 CMC at me. I'm not seeing it. Gonna let it through. Don't want to lose Atraxa here. Alright, Atraxa's goated. Possibly goated. I think they're trying to get to the archives. Alright, we got there. I think if they get more lock pieces in, this could be a pretty difficult matchup. But if I'm just doing my thing, my creatures are better than theirs. Okay, I'm really going to fight for this positive record. Alrighty, for the final round, we get to be up against Jordan Kareem, who streams on the Epic Storm. Very talented player. Last time I faced Jordan, they were on Bug Beanstalk. So I think they'll be rather surprised by this. I mean, insofar that I'm only ever playing Grixis control and all that. Yeah, let's trust in the stock up here, I guess. I don't know. Shit, I don't know. Turn 1 stock up. Turn 2 stock up. Turn 3 stock up. This looks like Bug Beanstalk again. I mean, it could really be anything. So here we go. Stock up. Oh shit, I should have played out the other pedal. It didn't matter. God. Still doing bad. Take Brainstorm and then the B to our AB combo. And yeah, we'll play out this pedal right now. Now we just put a lot of cards, or 3, I guess not a lot, but we put a few cards that weren't the A to our combo on the bottom of our deck. I wonder if I can get a free shuffle here. Let's not count on it and hide Atraxa on top. That doesn't make sense, because then if they do take Emrakul, yeah, let's do that. I also want to point out, this could be Storm. Storm, it sometimes has a hard time supporting basic Swamp, but it's not impossible. Could be up to the old tricks. Okay. That went about as well as it could have. I was not hiding a show and tell on top. That was an excellent draw. So far my prophecy is coming true. Turn 1 stock up. Turn 2 stock up. I think we'll go brainstorm Scalding Tarn here. Yep, seems like Bug Beanstalk again to me. Do I care about Up the Beanstalk? Probably not. There's only a few cards in their deck that I care about. If they had a second Beanstalk, then it gets in this weird spot where, like, oh man, their forces could find other forces, and that would be really bad. If they take force, I think they're telling me that they have force, but they took Atraxa. Alright, let's start cantripping. Nice. I think I just send it here. I'm not gonna say like Archon is the best of all time or anything, but I'm also gonna hide the black mana. I've got forced back up. Okay, looking good so far. And it's pretty free for them to lose Fatal Push. Maybe Archon is the worst of our options, but it's still frickin' Archon of Cruelty. Like, come on. This card's crazy. It's just crazy. Well, I'm obligated to do this. They found an out. I think it's very important to protect your threat. I worked so hard to get it. I think that was my main mistake when I was doing the video on or Scamnator. Was that one game I didn't fight to protect my Atraxa, and I ended up losing. Alright, hard to imagine this going wrong. I'm getting the hang of this deck, huh? No one can stop me. Alright, I'll come back for sideboarding. Pyroblast. Maybe like one or two. Defense Grid. I think we'll start there. There's enough out for Murktide. This deck traditionally plays Wasteland. Petal. One city. And the Dazes. Daze does get pretty strong in concert with Defense Grid, though, speaking of. Excuse me. Still fighting to get my voice back. I'm doing a lot better, but it's not perfect. I think trusting in stock up worked pretty well last time. Beautiful island choice. Wait, how come you get Portal Islands? I tried to get Portal Islands on my God account, this DB account, and it said they weren't in my collection. Yeah, we'll just play the gritty here. We'll hit the gritty. Oh, we're in there. Got the Orcish Bowmasters. Well, we'll try and refrain from brainstorming then, I suppose. Cast stock up. Take Emrakul. And I think Spirit Guide. I want to try and protect this situation. And I want to send an Emrakul next turn. I'll be disappointed if I get thought seized. Yeah, I think I do this now. I think I do. Alright, take Brainstorm. Bayou. Send for 2. Probably play Baragoi, I would imagine. And if we hit a land, we'll be in pretty good shape. Yeah. Sneak attack. No, it's not over yet. Did they lose every permanent? Well, yeah. I hope that sent. GG's, Jordan. Ooh, wow. Never have I felt more like a range of emotions. This was a pretty difficult league, I feel like. I think I must have done competently though, because I got a 3-2. It wasn't a complete disaster. I don't really often feel like I have the mind for these kind of decks, but in some ways they do play themselves. That's not to take away from any sneak and show experts like JPA, or there's a couple people who play it at my LGS and they're incredible. But I think when your deck is doing something as powerful as this, there is like a certain floor where it's hard to fail. And mulliganing was difficult, but I think I was mulliganing aggressively enough. I don't really remember keeping any like super mopey hands of like 4 lands and like a ponder or something like that. But yeah, I think if there is improvement to be had in the Grixis shell, is to be to cut all the black cards and have a more reliable plan B. Because I don't think interaction is really the name of the game for this deck. That's the sense I get from one league anyways. You can let me know y'all's feelings on it. But there's no doubt that having discard spells in your combo deck is an incredible boon. So yeah, I guess I'll leave it there. If this doesn't convince everyone that I'll play absolutely anything, I don't know what will. Send in your donation bonus leagues, whatever deck you want. And yeah, I'll catch y'all next time.
Oh my god!